by any means. And I'm listening to my body, and my body is telling me to stop. Sometimes we don't listen to our body, and it causes all types of issues. But today I said I'm not going to. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been going strong, doing a video every single day, and it's in the Glow Up playlist. I came out with this self development series, and I said, okay, every day I'm going to get up and I'm going to give a video. And I have. And today I said, I can't do it. So I said, you know what? Let me come on here and do an unexpected live. Probably no one's going to show up. Who knows? So I said, let me just do a live, answer some questions because I did ask in the YouTube community, did anyone have questions? It wasn't a lot of questions by any means. So I'm assuming that everybody's doing great. So this, if I come on and I do a live, I don't have to edit. So I want everybody, if you have questions, this is the time to drop your questions in the chat, right? So I'm going to start with some of the questions that I had from the community and some questions that I did not even get to answer on YouTube. Again, this is not going to be a very long video. It's just I can't edit and I can't make a video. So I'm just doing this live today. So what happened to you? Nothing major. I'm just really tired. I'm really drained. My hemoglobin is actually has dropped. And so that could play a factor in why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling upon other things. But I just can't go anymore. So today I decided to just lay on my couch, as you guys can see. I did get up to go to my son's school for his event, but I can't do anything. I can't make the video. Today is supposed to be day 28 out of 30. We're right at the end. And I'm like, I just can't. So I'm decided to do this. Hi, doctor. Christine, how are you? Is everything okay? Yes, everything's okay. I'm just tired. And I just figured let me come on here and do a live with you guys, chat with you guys, answer any questions that some of you guys have. I have my phone. I'm gonna pull up some questions that people had wrote, and I know I asked this question in the YouTube community like a week ago, and I'm now getting to it. But let's just get to the first person, right? So this person said, I am 26 years, lupus warrior. I know working out saved my life. My joints were so stiff and achy that I could barely move. If you guys are lupus warriors or know anybody, comment below and let us know. Don't forget, this is Lupus Awareness Month. It is May, so perfect timing that this person actually is talking about lupus, right? I started out very slow and was only able to ride my stationary bikes for 10 minutes. Kudos, like at least you're doing something, right? Something is better than nothing, guys. That's how I feel. But I have been committed for almost 3 years now to move my body with some form of exercise, 4 days a week. So this person is working about 4 days a week. I also try to take some pampering time for me. That's what I'm doing, right? I'm not moving off of this couch right now. Let's see what else they said. Pampering time for me, so I feel better mentally. I will give an arthritic massage or a facial to help myself a little extra spunk. These are the things that I would encourage to anyone. And I remember, if you don't use it, you will lose it. This is what this person is saying. And that is great advice. If you don't use it, you will lose it. So thank you so much for commenting and letting us know. If you battle lupus, it's tough in its own. And I can't even imagine, what this person was going through, but they found a rhythm. They figured out what works for them, and I'm happy for you. Congrats. Just keep moving. Like I said, even if you can't do much, move a little bit. Even though I'm not feeling good today, guys, this morning when I first woke up, for me, I have to work out, sorry. I have to work out as soon as I wake up. If I don't work out as soon as I wake up, 90% of the time, it's just not going to happen. So for me, I did get up. I couldn't lift this morning. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to walk the trails. So I put my sneakers on and I went walking on the trails. So that's my form of exercise this morning. And then I'm done for the day. I do everything in the morning and then that's it. It says, "Oh God, give you healthy life and keep smile on your face always." Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And even though I'm not feeling my best, I still smile through my pain. It's just me, right? It's just the personality that I am. But I do want to give a shout out, and I am gonna tag this person and let them know to come back and watch this video. Um, Kudos to you. Again, it's Lupus Awareness Month. Show some love to people that are battling. It is hard dealing with lupus. You don't know what your morning is going to look like. Some mornings you're great. Some mornings you're out of it. Some mornings you wake up in so much pain. And if you're dealing with a lot of joint pain and you don't know where it's from, please go and get tested. Figure out what's causing. Your body is giving you signals. It's telling you something is going wrong, something is going on. Listen to your body. It is never going to guide you down the wrong path, I'm telling you. Because when I first got diagnosed with lupus, I remember being in so much pain, so much joint pains. And I'm like, this is not normal. I thought me trying to self diagnose myself, right? Google's not your friend when it comes to that. I thought, it was arthritis because, people in my family deal with that. And it wasn't. It sure wasn't. Let's get to the next person. Again, if you guys are not commenting, this will be a short video. I tell you that much. Let's see what else. So the next person in the YouTube community, she says, as a young woman on dialysis, I don't see how I will be able to have a child, a healthy child that is. What are my options? Surrogacy is not an option in my country. I know some women in my situation had healthy babies, but I don't think it's the majority. I'm trying to work out, eat well, but I can't lie to myself. My body is not fit to grow a healthy human being. Even if I get a kidney, I feel faulty, like I have a defect or something. I have no idea how to deal with this. I think about adoption, guys, bear with me, okay? I'm not feeling my best, but I'm answering this question. I feel about adoption. I myself was raised in a foster family, but it breaks my heart that I and my partner might not experience pregnancy. I'm so sorry to hear that. I know that's got to be tough. For me, when I was pregnant, it was before, the kidney failure and everything was happening. So I never had to actually go through dialysis while pregnant. Remember, if you guys have been following me a long time, my kidneys started basically failing in my pregnancy, during my pregnancy, but I didn't go on to dialysis until after my pregnancy. Now, you guys, who was this? Let me see if I have a name on here that I can pronounce. Give me 1 minute. Okay, there's no actual name, but there's a girl. Look for Cindy Flores. I want to say, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I want to say that she dealt with dialysis and pregnancy. Um, Please, you can go over to her page and ask her in regards to that. I am so sorry. The only option I can say, dealing with dialysis is very taxing on your body. Give me a minute, guys. Oh, my phone is dirty. Okay, there's a little better. So dealing with dialysis is taxing on your body. Um, I can't, for me, this is just me, and I can't imagine going through dialysis and a pregnancy at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot. So that's something that you would have to talk to your team about and figure out, because you have to remember, I don't know if you're on certain types of medication. I don't know what's going on with you in particular, besides dialysis, but I will talk to your team, see with your options. You said surrogacy is not an option where you are from. Adoption, now, I'm very familiar when it comes to adoption. It's something that my family has always been part of. So, adoption, you can still love a child that's not biologically yours. So, please don't give up. Continue to have hope and faith that, things will turn around. And even though you feel like, for me, I got a kidney transplant, I feel better, but I understand what you said. You never feel like you're complete, right? You feel a little faulty because you went through something. I can completely understand what you mean when you say that. But you at that particular time can talk to your doctor and can plan out a pregnancy. There are people who had been through dialysis and had a baby. So you have to figure out what your options are going to be if you want to have a child. But look into adoption. And I know that your partner is probably really sad for your partner and you want to give your partner a baby just as well. But if you can't, you remember, you, to me, this is just me saying that, and it's not being mean or rude or any kind of way. Your health is the most important thing. And I think that your partner would rather have you in their life than take a shot of trying to get pregnant and losing you, right? I think you need to make sure that your body, only you know, and your doctors know where you're at. That's why I'm not sitting here giving you exact advice, because I don't know what your numbers are. I don't know where you are in this stage, but you would need to sit down with your doctors, figure out, weigh your options, figure out, is it worth it? Taking that chance, is it worth it? People used to always say that if you have, for example, if you have lupus, you shouldn't have children. Well, I didn't understand that. I didn't really get it. It didn't really click to me until after I've been through everything that I've been through, and then I lost my kidneys and so forth. But I appreciate um the doctor's looking out for me and explaining certain things, but my son is here. He's healthy. I love him to death, and I would not change that. So, but for you, you need to figure out, weigh your options on that. Anybody else have any questions? I mean, comment below. Let me know as well. Those were the two that was out of the group. Someone did ask me about on my travel video. So I had a travel video traveling after a kidney transplant, and I was giving tips on that. And they asked, hello, how to follow hygiene in travel time? How do you deal with hygiene? Now, for me, in the beginning, I was a lot more cautious. I'm not going to say I was a lot more, but I was a little bit more cautious than ever. But it's still the same. I do not wear, everybody can wants to know, like, do you wear a mask? Do you wear a mask? I do not wear a mask. I wear a mask when I am going on a plane or I am in a very tight, constrained location, which I try not to put myself in those positions anyway, but I do not wear a mask on like an everyday basis. I don't. And so if I'm going on a plane, but you did ask about traveling, so let's just get to that. So if I am traveling, I am wearing a mask. I don't know who's sitting next to me, and I'm going to be very cautious because usually if I'm stuck in the middle or something like that, like I don't know the people next to me. And I do have hand sanitizer with me at all times. It's clipped on my book bag, it's in my purse, things of that nature. The same things that you would do when you're at home, you do while you're traveling. So I wash my hands constantly. I'm not going to just be touching things and then go eat. I'm going to go wash my hands and so forth. The furthest place that I've been to since I got my kidney transplant was Dubai, and Dubai is beautiful. If any of you guys get the opportunity to go and visit, absolutely gorgeous. Dubai is top tier. Top tier. That's all I can say. It's definitely a trip that I would recommend anyone to go and visit. It was beautiful. And I did the same thing with Dubai, right? I had my mask, my sanitizer. I go wash my hands when needed, if I'm going to eat. I didn't do anything that I don't do on a regular basis. So I hope that answers that person's question. So again, I'm going to go back. These are just questions that I did not get to on some of my videos that people asked. All right, can you explain about the fistula port management? Man, that has been such a long time. And it's been a long time since I had to care for that. It's just like cleaning anything else, maintaining it. But I do have a doctor, a nurse. Is she a nurse? I think she's a nurse that is willing to come back on my channel when I do the Chrissy Mack podcast. So, I got a couple things. I got my regular channel where I just make my videos. The Chrissy Mack podcast is something new that if I have a experienced person, doctor, social worker, anything that can help enhance the group, I bring them on to that. We recently just did a live on, I want to say Friday. If you guys want to go back and watch that, we talked to the ophthalmologist and we talked about eye care and things of that nature. So I created that. And then Impactful Living Podcast is a marriage podcast with my husband and I, and we just talk about everything marriage. So just to give you a little rundown for those of you that are new to my channel, it's like, okay, is she all over the place? I'm not all over the place. Everything is categorized. If you go into the playlist, you will be able to see what's what. You'll be able to see a Bella Tacep infusion playlist, which you guys seem to really like those videos. You will see a kidney transplant playlist from the beginning to where I am right now. And now we're getting into self-development and just improving on our well-being in life, because life, we don't just focus on one thing. We have to focus on all aspects of our life. So that's that. But I do plan on, as you were talking about management for the fistula, I do plan on bringing somebody on and we can discuss that further, because I don't want to just give you a generic answer. Again, it's been a while since I've had to take care of any of that because, as some of you guys know, I'm 4 years post kidney transplant. So it's been a while. And I deal with a lot of brain fog. If you do, I really want to know. Comment below. But I deal with so much brain fog. Sometimes I can't even remember. You guys will like comment and I have to go back and watch my video. Like, what was I actually going through at that particular time in my life? Okay, let's see if there's any more questions that you guys wanted answered. These were just people wanting to connect with me. Again, if you want to connect with me, by all means, click the link in my bio. You will find my email. You can send me an email if you want to collaborate. Anybody, just if you have questions, just send me an email and I will get to it when I'm able to. Most of the time, it's within 24 to 48 hours, right? God bless this couple. I had to start dialysis in January, and my wife divorced me. You find out who is really in your corner. I do everything myself, and I help with the help of the Lord. It's much, but I keep going again. God bless. Thank you so much for, um, you know, just giving my husband and I encouragement. It is not easy going through dialysis or any illness or sickness, and it's not easy on the caregivers. And that is a video that nobody really makes or talks about. And I definitely want to shine some light on the caregivers, because if it wasn't for the caregivers, we wouldn't be where we are today. So we need to give thanks to them for showing up, for helping, just giving up part of their life for us. So that's that. Again, for those that are now coming on, I am making this random Q&A video because I am not feeling good. My hemoglobin is low right now. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I am beat, and I don't feel like editing a video for day 28 out of 30. So we just said, let's go live. Let's see any more questions that I had. You look beautiful. I just started chemo. I'm praying for a treatment. Okay. A lot of people watch my hemodialysis versus PD and why I selected what I selected. Again, everybody has an option to do what's best for them. Don't do what the doctors tell you to do. Don't do what anyone tells you to do. Do what you want to do. People are going to push you to make a decision that is convenient for them. I feel like they get paid a lot of money for dialysis, a lot of money for that chair. And I'm not gonna, for me, I wasn't gonna let you push me out of that chair because you want to replace me with somebody else. So this person chose hemodialysis just like I did, and even some of the options, I guess it helped them decide. Again, I chose hemodialysis because I didn't want my family to see me like that. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want boxes all over my house. I just wanted to go into the center. I wanted to be cared for. I was afraid if I mess up, I'm at home by myself. I didn't want to deal with that. So I sat in my dialysis chair Monday, Wednesday, Friday for, I think it was like 3.5 hours, if I recall. And I left and I went home after, and that was that. So I left dialysis at my dialysis center. if that makes sense. So just do what's best for you guys. Any questions? A couple of you guys on here right now watching. This is the time. If you have any questions, drop it. I'm answering questions. Let's see what else is on here that I did not get to. New subby, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you're new, please make sure you hit that notification bell so you're just notified when I post my, upcoming videos. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Every Wednesday we go live for Impactful Living Podcast. And so Wednesday we'll be doing that. But again, I just didn't have the energy or the capacity to do anything today. And we have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to our bodies. Somebody did say, isn't there a new HD machines you can use at home? Yeah, you could do hemodialysis at home. When I was actually at my center, again, I had my kidney transplant 4 years and some already. So even back then, they were already setting some people up to do hemo at home. This again, guys, it was just my preference to not do anything at home. They train you. And the guy that was training the people at my center, he's a great, great tech. And so I know he was teaching, but if you guys hear my story, a lot of the times it was many days that I cried, many days I was in pain. And I still have like 2 of the scars. Let me see if I can show you my arm. My arm is actually really good now, since I had my fistula reversed. So this is my arm. You can't even tell, right? Like my doctor did a great job, but there's like a little puncture wound. There's one right there, one right here. So those 2 spots, this is where the cut was, but those 2 spots were where the needles were. And I was like, I'm not going home to do that. No, y'all get paid. So you're still going to get paid for me to go home and do hemodialysis on myself? No, that was just me. I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm coming to the center. And for those that don't know, like they have services where they can pick you up and drop you home. I just didn't take advantage of that. But you do have people that get picked up and dropped off. So if you're tired, you don't feel like driving, or there's something going on with you, you do have the option to have them pick you up and drop you back. So you can, like I said, like your question states, can you do this at home? You absolutely can. But I just feel like they get paid tons of money. I don't know if you guys ever really like dissect those bills. Like if you really dissect those bills, it's you're still being, you know what I mean? Like you still have to pay for treatment. So I'm gonna sit in my chair and I'm gonna have you do the treatment there in the convenience. Because I personally went out in one of my treatments. I felt myself fading away and I was gone. And I was foaming out of the mouth. And they literally had to come and revive me and bring me back. And it was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in life. There's no way in hell I was going home after that to do that. So that will scare anybody to stay in a dialysis center. Now, what if that happened at home? Like, what would have happened to me? Would anybody have caught me? Would anybody have been able to save my life? No, I doubt it. So, at least for my situation, maybe you guys have a lot of family at home at all times. I'm not sure, but a lot of my family don't even live in my state with me to say that, people are going to take turns being around. I wasn't taking that chance. Any other questions that you guys have? That was a really good question, though. But I'm not sure if you're still on the live, but do you do it at home, or are you considering doing it at home? What options are you doing currently? I know that they say if you're young, like PD is great. People said that they have their life, all was good. I know family members that I have a family member that did PD, but PD scared me just as well because she also was getting lots of infections in her stomach. And I didn't want holes in my stomach. I didn't want to deal with any of that. I was like, they told me that the cleanest way for them to clean my body was going to be through hemodialysis. So I just went with that and I stuck with that the whole time, even though it was very painful. And again, it was very taxing on my body. I don't think I have any questions, guys. This was like one of the first Q&As that I put out, and I did not get a lot of questions for some odd reason. So that's why I'm coming on asking you guys, what do you have for me? Let's see. Let me go back through these and see if there's anything. You guys seem to really like these Bella infusion vlogs. Do you guys like coming along and seeing that? And if you're on Bella, how is that treatment going? I know so many of you guys were on Prograph and you kept asking me like, okay, why are you on Bella? What is the reason that they switched you to Bella? So let me just clarify this on the live since I have all the time in the world because I'm not leaving this couch right now. Um, let's start over from that. When I got my kidney transplant, you have a regimen, especially if you're on Prograph, they're constantly taking blood, they're monitoring you. My doctor off rip said, we are not keeping you on Prograph. It's only going to be 9 months. We're switching you over to the Bella. These are the words from my doctor. Talk to your team. They said that the Bella infusion will help my kidney last longer than me being on Prograph. Okay. I didn't make that up. I didn't say that. That came out of my doctor's mouth. And I said, okay, well, it's one less pill. It's an infusion that I have to take. And as I was on the Prograph, I was getting a lot of side effects, a lot of shakes, tremors, massive hair loss, vertigo, just a whole bunch of stuff. And I know that there's some girls that I follow on Instagram and they said, wow, I never experienced none of that. And I love that for you. Like, if you don't have no side effects, then there's no reason to switch up anything. Everything's going well. But I was so ready to get off of that Prograph. I was so happy that it was not part of my treatment because I felt terrible while I was on it. Remember, guys, my body and your body is completely different. We're two different individuals. So what works for me might not work for someone else, right? So when you watch these types of videos and people are telling you their experiences like me, you're just listening, right? And then sometimes you can relate to certain things and you educate yourself, but don't just rely on what I say. You have to do your own research and, learn from there. So, brain fog moment, like totally forgetting what I'm even going with. Okay, yes, Prograph. So we said 9 months was going to be the cutoff. And while I'm on Prograph, they are weaning me off. And we're going to introduce the Bella. But pandemic came, right? And that kind of set a lot of things back. So my treatment to get off of Prograph at 9 months was extended for a year because the hospitals were shut. They just weren't letting people in to Emory, put it that way. And so that's why I had to prolong that. But after that, we've been good. I've been good. Now it does adjust. Bella adjusts depending on your weight. So if you start to gain weight or lose weight, your Bella ounces will adjust with that. And I had to learn that because I started gaining weight and I'm like, whoa, 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 why is this number showing that I'm getting more? She's like, because you gained weight. I said, oh, okay. So I had to research and understand that because I didn't understand. I'm like, isn't this supposed to always be the same? And it's not. So I've been okay with the Bella. I don't have the side effects that I used to have on Prograph. Again, at the end of the day, these are all drugs. And sometimes we don't know what a drug is going to do to you long term. But what choice do I have? Right? Sometimes you really have to ask yourself, what choice? I already lost my kidney. I already ended up on dialysis. I already ended up with a kidney transplant. So I know that I'm not about to mess around and like I want to live as long as possible. I have two amazing children that I want to be here for. And when I think about leaving them, it breaks my heart. So I do everything I can do to stay as healthy as possible. I take my medication when they tell me. And if anyone knows me, knows I am not a med girl. Like I never was. But at this point, I'm not trying to go through rejection. You guys see people online, you hear stories, people don't take their meds, they go into rejection. What's going to happen? Death? Like, listen, when God is ready for me, he's ready for me. But at the same time, I have to do my part. if I want to be here, I have to do my part. And my part is me taking this and me taking care of myself. Okay, we have a question. I'm not yet on dialysis, but considering my options, I can do while working. Thanks for sharing your journey. So, and see, again, everyone's situation is different. I love that you said that, right? So you're weighing your options, you're trying to figure out what works best for you. And I love that. Listen to everybody's story, figure out why people selected things, research, and see what's best for you while you're working. Figure out, okay, what time are you working during the day? Which one is going to be more taxing on your body? What can you recover fast from and get back to work? For me, at that period of time, I didn't have to go in and clock out. So my option for me to go into dialysis, and I believe my treatment time was at like 10 or 11 in the, I want to say it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, roughly. And there was no way for me that I would be able to just bounce back from dialysis and head to work. When I tell you I was so beat, I was so tired. But again, maybe look into PD because so many people talk about how they were able to, jump back, or like you said, doing at home options maybe after you get home, and again, it's just figuring out what works best for your lifestyle, for your family, for your job. But I always want to tell you this, right? Take care of yourself, because at the end of the day, if anything happens to you, your job is only going to replace you. Right. And I always say that, like, we have to do what's best for us and our health. And obviously, we have bills to pay, expenses, things to do. And we have to, if you have to, you have to. Right. But always remember to put yourself first. Listen to your body, because the jobs are only going to just work, 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 work. And when you're done, they're just going to replace. So I want you to just take that in mind. If you're not feeling good, make sure you let them know, hey, I'm not feeling good. This is what's going on. And I know a lot of job people that I know were hiding things like that from their job. They refused to tell their job, like, hey, I'm going through this medical condition, because they were afraid that the job will let them go, or so, whatever it may be, might fire them from their job, and they really need it because healthcare is very expensive overall. And even if you're dealing with a chronic illness, it's even more expensive. But for those that are healthy, pay now or pay later, right? Take care of yourself, go to the gym, eat right, do things. Because sometimes, even for me, when in my younger days, I used to always say, you know, um, oh, I'm so young, I'm so young. Diseases, illnesses have no, what do they call it? They have no, they don't care. They don't care what age you are, what race you are, right? It doesn't matter. So just take care of yourself. Eat good now, eat healthy now. Get yourself on like a meal plan. Meal plan, that's huge. Figure out your meals. I've been incorporating some of those videos on my channel. I'm not fancy with all the editing, like I be watching those other people, and it's like, not the chronic illness ones, but the other ones, and they got all these editing and they're showing that. I don't know how to do all that stuff yet, okay? Give me grace. Over time, those videos will get better. But in the meantime, I just tell you guys like what I'm eating for the week. And I like to order my groceries online and just pick them up because they're quick, easy, and convenient for me, because for some reason they don't want to come out here and drop off my groceries, even though I pay for the subscription. But I do the pickup and just have them put them in my trunk. And if I'm not able to, then if I have time, I'll go through the grocery and pick up what I need. But I always go into the grocery store with a list, and I know what I'm going in for, because there are days, you guys know, if you go to Sam's Club or you go to Walmart, or you go to places that sell more than just groceries, you start wondering. You down the makeup aisle, you down the hair aisle, you down all these aisles, knowing darn well you don't need anything down there. But you just see like, oh, you know what? I think I might have ran out on shampoo. Let me go pick it up. Or I need eyebrow pencil or something random, right? And that's me. And that's why I know what my weak spot is. I'm like, okay, if I know I'm a girl that likes to always browse and look around, I'm going to stay out of these people's stores. So I'm going to go ahead and just do a pickup and call it a day. But every day I know what I'm going to eat all the time. Now, my kids are, and I do it because my schedule needs to be strict. And the reason I say that is because I have children just as well. And I have to make sure that I give time to them. And I don't need to be like, oh my gosh, what I'm going to cook. 'Cause when my kids get home, they're like, Mommy, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. The food is, I'm tired. But guess what? In the kitchen, the food is already prepped. I already made dinner because I knew what I was going to make already. And the food was already there. So I said, okay, let me quickly make this. Nothing too hard and complicated because I'm tired. So I made it and I put it there on the stove. So when they come home, if they need to warm it up, they can go and warm it up. My boys are self-efficient. They know how to manage. And I think kids that have parents that deal with a chronic illness, they just grow up a lot faster. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, right? But they are a little bit more mature. They understand things. My kids had to grow up, especially my oldest. He had to grow up so fast. And with my youngest, my oldest always tells me that I baby him all the time because I feel like I got a second opportunity for motherhood. So I just like take my time and I baby this one. But my oldest, he had to really grow up. I had to prepare him for the world in case I wasn't there. But man, this Q&A is long. I thought I was going to be on and off. Any other questions that you guys have for me? I answered the doctor. He asked about if everything is okay. I explained that my hemoglobin is low, it's dropped. And actually, my red and white blood cells have dropped just as well too. This is letting me know, girl, you need rest. I try to do this series, 30 days straight videos. It is taxing. I am tired. So once 30 days come, everybody's like, no, keep going. I am taking a break. Okay. I will be taking a break. So that's that. But I will come back. If you guys like the self-development series, the glow up series, let me know. If you have any suggestions on new things, let me know just as well. I love you guys and I appreciate all of you guys that have been rocking with me from day one and continuing to rock with me. Um, Make sure you like the videos and comment. That really helps the algorithm and lets other people know that, this is a really good video. So make sure that you share with your friends and your family. And if you guys don't have any questions, I'll give it another minute. But if you don't have any questions, I will let you guys go enjoy the rest of your day. We've been we're about to hit like 40 minutes on this Q&A. And if you're new, go back and rewatch the video. Let me guys, and if you're watching the replay, let me know you're watching the replay. Let me know where you're tuning in from, things that you want to see. And is my journey helping you on your journey? Right? And I love getting those messages. I get messages. There's not a day that I don't get a message either on my YouTube or in my email letting me know that out of the 14,000 people that are currently on my channel, that you guys are being impacted. And that's what this is all about, is just impacting people, helping other people throughout their journey, just being that light for others. Because sometimes if someone sees me, they're going to be like, wow, I have hope. And you'll hold on to that hope. And you're going to keep going and keep trying because you see somebody else doing it. And that's all I want. I want to be a positive light in someone's life, right? So I think that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoy your day. I love you guys. Again, if you have any questions, you can comment below and I'll get to that. But I love these impromptu lives just coming on randomly. And thank you for giving me grace on day 28 out of 30, understanding that I can't edit and I'm just so tired I can't do anything. But the fact that you came on today and you rocked with me, that's all that matters. All right, guys. See you next time.